Bunyoro Chitara Kingdom's Prime Minister Andrew Byakutaga has expressed concern over the rampant destruction of sacred sites. In a speech read for him by the first Deputy Prime Minister and also Minister for Culture, Nyendohwa Mutiti, the Premier explained that continued destruction and encroachment on sacred sites has resulted in loss of biodiversity, plant pollinators, and contributed to environmental degradation.
Most of these cultural sites are either in the forests or up the hills. So when you destroy forests and you tamper with some hills, then you are likely to cause what is happening as what you have referred to.
This was during a meeting organized by African Institute for Culture and Ecology with cultural experts from different parts of Africa, including Ethiopia, Niger, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, and Uganda in Bulisa district. The meeting deliberated on biodiversity conservation through strengthening community and ecosystem resilience, among others. It was held under the theme supporting the implementation of the activities aligned to the African Commission Resolution 372 on protection of sacred natural sites and territories under the East African Sub-Region Node. The Executive Director, Afris Denis Tabaro, explained that they started the campaign to conserve sacred natural sites and territories in Nibugungu, Bulisa, because they are attached to their clans.
We held an experience visit, a field visit in Bulisa. We had meetings with the district who narrated their experience in this, how they mobilized, how they worked with custodians, how they recognized their customary laws, and how they made a resolution to make a bill for having an ordinance on the protection of sacred natural sites.
Tabaro says there is need for these sites to be resuscitated since the Africa Commission Resolution 372 empowers people to talk and conserve these natural sites and territories.
Through our constitution, through the international declaration, it recognizes the presence of these sacred natural sites and their protection and the custodian clans and communities which protect these places. So they should give them support. They should integrate them into the national planning.
The General Coordinator, African Biodiversity Network, Fasil Gebeyehu Yelemutu, says problems of African countries are similar.
I think communities and partners they are working with needs to passionately engage with issues and then to also build the confidence of community. So community's confidence has been over time deteriorated as if their knowledge was backward and then nothing has to do with conservation. But community conservation is the best kind of conservation since they own the process.
The Acting Assistant Chief Administrative Officer, Bulisa District, Samuel Magambo, says that on November 19th, 2019, Bulisa District Council passed an ordinance to recognize customs and the culture of the Bagungu.
Because traditionally there were no laws protecting the environment, but it is the systems within the cultures of Bagungu that put up mechanisms for protecting the environment, and these were the employers. The sacred natural sites were specific ecosystems which were protected from any encroachment by anybody.
The chairman for Bulisa District, Fred Lukumu, explains that it's high time Africans considered resolving their own problems. Lukumu says the emergency of several pests and diseases is as a result of the production of genetically modified seeds that are allegedly on the market.
The whole of Africa is rising up, and I think this is a very positive and welcome move, concerned by Africans with their own lives.
it is actually possible to revert back to our traditional way of life.
Women being the custodian of seed and the elders be their custodian. And I can relate with the Kenyan experience that there are seeds which are medicinal for treating many kind of diseases.
Mutonyi Hilda and Arali Peter, UBC.